In this week's video, Vastin and I are spot and stalk deer hunting. It's without a doubt one of the most challenging ways to try to pursue deer, but it's something that we love. And in this first scene here, we crawled across hundreds of yards of open pasture just behind this tall grass so we could get close enough for a shot.
She wouldn't have moved. Where's the lock? She wouldn't have moved. Right there. We got in close. Shoot maybe, no shoot no maybe.
That's right.
If she would have stayed still for that last one, it would have hit her.
Oh yeah.
I was like, it's going, and she turned.
We got really
close.
Out here in this open like this,
yeah.
We got really close.
Yeah, crawling hands and knees.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Very good. We need to go look for some
yeah, we're going to look for some arrows. I got some good quality arrows out there. God dang it, man.
Hey, but that was pretty good, though. You got to give it that.
Oh, that was really close. It was just, I can't believe I aimed that high and she still shot over it. We got a deer over here. This dang plane. We have a deer on the other side of this fence. Just feeding. So we're gonna get as close as we can, and then hopefully it comes to us. Problem is, it's got a tight fence. I don't think I can shoot through it or around it. You can see it out there. It's just too far still. But, and the sad thing is, this is like a cattle funnel. And so they've got extra thick fencing around it. So I can't really shoot through it. I have to shoot over it, which is tough anyway, so it would have to be a long shot.
Well, I eventually had to get kind of aggressive and just make a move when she was facing away, and of course she turned around, saw me, and she was gone.
Alright, we've had a couple close opportunities on deer, not many, but kind of getting in there. There's not a lot moving. It's really just hot and muggy. So heading in for the evening, there's a storm coming, and I was kind of gonna just sit in a spot and kind of babysit a trail confluence to deer hunt, and it just doesn't sound like a good time. You know me, I like to walk around, so we're gonna head in the hammock. There's a ton of hog sign in here. I don't know if we'll run into them or not, but it's getting about that perfect time of night. So got about an hour and a half till dark, maybe. So we're gonna wander around, and if we see hogs, we can get down on them, and if we see deer, we can make a play on those too. So I definitely need a haircut, as you can see. Had to make that little grass band to keep my hair out of my face, but my wife's got a broken arm, and she's my hair cutter. So she's getting long. But all right, time to quit yapping and get to hunting.
Now, I'm normally not much of a feeder hunter, but of course you know if there's a deer or something under the feeder, I'll definitely give it an opportunity to stock up on it. And I tell you what, it's very rare to see a mature buck underneath a feeder. But in this rainy condition, I just happened to look down the road and I could see it, so I ended up having to run all the way around so I could get the wind in my favor and try to get a stock up on. But as you'll see here, pretty limited on distance. And man, this thing is spooky. Now this would be a long shot, yeah, about between 25 and 30 yards, a little further than I really want to shoot. And I was really considering letting an arrow go here since it's nice and calm, and then all of a sudden it starts catching up. You can tell it, I think it catches just a little bit of wind and it turns, and it's like that was the opportunity right there. It just didn't act fast enough.
Another deer was coming in. That deer figured it out real fast. I mean, he didn't see me. He didn't see me, but man, that was it. That was a heck of an opportunity. That was a heck of an opportunity. That's a good gun right there. How beautiful that thing is. What's that, about 40 yards? Hit that 6-inch round target. Man, that thing is, that's a heck of a gun. That's built by D.K. Wood. And I got that from Tennessee Valley Muzzleloading. They had it in their showroom. And no regrets on that thing. It's absolutely beautiful. Lots of really fine engraving. And I'll tell you what, thing goes off right now. There was a little bit of a hang fire in there because I shot it yesterday and hadn't cleaned it, so it's been sitting. But still went off really fast. And I'll tell you what, that thing is crazy, crazy accurate. Really happy with that. 62 caliber smoothbore. Well, the hunt's not over quite yet, but it's getting kind of close. There hasn't been a whole lot moving this weekend overall. We've had a couple good looks. You know, the deer that we've seen, we were able to put stalks in. And honestly, all 3 opportunities that we've had so far, I could have killed every one of them with a smoothbore flintlock, as I was inside 40 yards from all of them. 40 yards was the furthest. That big buck, I was probably 25, 30. And then those other does, like I said, I thought I was further, but shoot, we were probably 20 yards from them. I shot all the way completely over. So we've gotten close on all of them. Just not really seeing a whole lot and covering a lot of miles. So what I'm going to do now is, especially, I don't know if I'm going to quit today or tomorrow yet. I haven't decided, just because there's not a lot moving. But there's a trail right here that I really like. You can see it's right here. See how that trail runs right up through there. There's another trail through here, but this one, you can see there's some pretty fresh tracks on here, but a lot of stuff runs this trail. And I've been wanting to hunt it. So what we're gonna do is I've already kind of set this up to hunt at one point. So I'm just gonna come in here and clean it out a little bit and show it to you. All right, here's what it looks like from the inside. As that's the trail right there, right through that window. Should be, I mean, perfect, like quartering away. I guess it'd be slightly quartering too if they're coming that way, but the best part is, you guys probably can't see it, maybe a little bit through here, but I can see them coming down the trail, but it is really, really tight, like super tight. So all I gotta do is stand here and watch, and as soon as I see one coming down the trail, I wait, because as soon as I get behind this right here, that's a solid wall. So I can sit here and watch, have an arrow ready, and as soon as I get behind this, I'll be able to turn and get the bow up and get ready, and as soon as they cross right there, right through. That'll be a great shot. So what I also realized is I can get in this way, but the wind predominantly comes this direction, coming out of the east. It doesn't always, but that's the predominant wind. So this place is perfect. And then also, I don't have to walk in on that trail at all. I can walk right out the back through these old palmettos. So it's a little bit noisy getting in, but it's not too bad. See, easy peasy. I walk right straight in, past that dead snag, underneath these two little trees, and that'll be perfect. And all I know is I walk straight in, and it's underneath that big tree right there, and that is a heck of a good deer ambush location. So I may be hunting that soon, and maybe you guys will see it in a future video. I think it's only a matter of time before I get one killed there, but you know how I am. I don't like to sit still. I like to spot and stalk, but man, that spot right there is about too good to pass up. So here's the other trail. That's a heck of a, I mean, it's a cow path, but it's just loaded with deer and hog sign. And I killed a hog just on the other side of this, and actually there was just one in here. I ended up spooking out. My wind blew that way as I was coming in. But this place, it meets up with another big trail that goes up that side, and then one that comes out here, and then out there's pasture. So this is like this perfect funnel between this really thick palmetto patch, which the hogs can use this. Oftentimes the hogs will walk through anywhere, but the deer really are liking to hug this trail. So my thought is I want to be basically through here. This will be down at the deer's level, and then I'll be standing at that tree right there. And actually no, that's a lie. The one back behind it. So really I got one shooting window to just thread an arrow right through, but I should be pretty well. I mean, I'm kind of standing in the open end there, but there's a lot of cover. So even as a deer comes by, I mean, if it looks directly in there, it might be able to see me. But by this time, if it's just looking straight ahead, it's going to catch an arrow at like 10 or 12 yards. So of course I don't need to come in the trail to get here. I'll be able to come in from the creek pasture. But here's what we're looking at for setting up. So it's kind of open, as you can see, but that trail is on the other side of all that brush. So we've got all these trees to hide behind. So I don't think they're going to notice me. There's a one little window right there that I'll just have to be real still, or I may even just block that with a palm frond so they can't see. I mean, I'll be able to see them walking through, and then that's the window right there. So you can see there's a lot of brush, and then if they come from this side, it's kind of the same thing. It's a little open right there. I think if I hang tight, I might be able to get away because I'll be directly against this tree. And if they come right down that trail, I'm really well hidden, and then that's my shooting lane. See, and I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to cut anything. It's just naturally here. I think it's a pretty good location, and it sees a lot of deer activity. I've seen a lot of deer walking down this trail. In fact, when I was spotting and stalking, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, I came around this corner and had like a button buck from here to these trees that I could have shot. But we don't shoot button bucks in here, so I let him go. But yeah, it's a good trail right there, so I'm looking forward to hunting this one.
Well, guys, that's it for this week's adventure. As you can tell, you can't kill them every time, but then it wouldn't be fun if you did. So at least we got a couple good spots set up if we get into places that we don't want to do spot and stalk. And we did get a couple good looks. Got three good stalks, and I even got the shot on that first doe. But I just judged her a lot further than she was and shot right over her. And then, of course, when she came back, she knew something was up. So by the time I shot, she was gone before the arrow got there. But, I had a great time anyway, and it's always nice to be out in the woods. And, thanks to Vastin for inviting me down to hunt his place, too. So, well, hopefully we'll catch you guys on the next adventure, and maybe we'll be able to get an arrow and something.